Not long ago, the camera crew from a whale watching squad off the coast of California caught something truly wild. A massive pod of 30 savvy killer whales organized to take on a duo of colossal leviathans. For a full 5 hours, these cunning orcas circled, rammed, and nipped at the giants, who, at 6 times their size, didn't even flinch, shrugging off the relentless assault by the ocean's deadliest predators. Known as devilfish by ancient whalers, this behemoth mammal is renowned for its intimidating presence and unpredictable nature. Tipping the scales for being heavier than 6 fully grown African bush elephants, this giant could chow down on 2,400 pounds of grub in a single day, devouring at least 5 million calories in a 24-hour feeding frenzy. Meet the great gray whale, the fearsome lord of the ocean. Escherichthys robustus, better known as the gray whale, gray black whale, Pacific gray whale, Korean gray whale, or California gray whale, is a baleen whale species found in coastal waters. These majestic creatures migrate year-round between the shallow feeding grounds of the Arctic and the warmer lagoons of Mexican waters. Aside from its dark slate-gray color, the gray whale gets its name from the gray patches and white mottling on its skin. These markings are actually scars left by parasites that fell off in the chilly feeding grounds. These scars also help identify individual whales. Unlike its baleen whale counterparts, the majestic gray whale stands out with not 1, but 2 blowholes atop its head. It's a sight to behold, resembling giant human nostrils, and in serene wind conditions it creates a unique heart-shaped blow at the surface. Gray whales are sometimes called living fossils because of their lineage going back a whopping 30 million years. They're one of the oldest baleen whale species still cruising the ocean. These gentle giants typically stretch from 43 to 49 feet long, with the females edging out the males in size. These mammals can tip the scales at an approximate weight of 90,000 pounds, ranking them as the 9th largest cetacean species out there. Once again, unlike any typical whale, the giant gray whale lacks the dorsal fin and instead sports 6 to 12 dorsal crenulations, also known as knuckles, running down the midline of its back towards its flukes. Every year, the eastern North Pacific gray whale population embarks on an epic journey of about 12,000 miles round trip. They cruise from their summer feeding spots in the Arctic down to the warmer waters of Mexico. It's here that these whales kick back for the winter and females raise their calves. This ordeal is the longest trek undertaken by any mammal for migration. Upon reaching their destination, food isn't always in abundance. That's why it's crucial for these majestic creatures to fuel up before their grand expedition. These giants can gulp down an impressive 2,400 pounds of zooplankton daily. During their meals, they effortlessly switch between planktonic and benthic feeding. In planktonic feeding mode, they gracefully roll onto their right side, with their fluke gently above the surface, diving into relatively shallow waters to scoop up a mouthful of sediment and zooplankton from the ocean floor. After closing their mouth, they filter out the water and mud through their baleen plates, capturing the zooplankton for a delightful feast. Then, with a gentle sweeping motion of their colossal tongue, they remove the captured prey from the baleen, ready to be devoured. Next to the blue whale, the gray whale boasts the 2nd largest tongue in the world. On the flip side, in their benthic feeding mode, these awe-inspiring creatures employ suction to draw prey from the benthic zone of the seafloor. Gray whales are carnivorous, opportunistic feeders, and besides consuming a diverse array of zooplankton, including ghost shrimp and amphipods, their diet also comprises herring eggs, polychaete worms, and various larvae. Interestingly, gray whales, much like us with our handedness, can exhibit preferences for diving on one side of their head. This tendency can lead to asymmetrical muscular development, potentially resulting in one side being more robust than the other. And as they age, this imbalance can even impact their eye health, potentially leading to blindness in one eye. The biggest highlight, however, about the gray whale is their extraordinary interaction with killer whales. Orcas are among the few natural adversaries of the giant gray whales. Their tactics are cunning. 3 or 4 orcas converge, ramming the gray whale calf from above and below to sever it from its vigilant mother, who fights back valiantly. The calf is then plunged beneath the waves, drowned by the relentless orcas. Shockingly, it's estimated that about 1/3 of all newborn gray whales fall prey to such predation. However, the chronicle doesn't end there. Fully grown gray whales outweigh orcas by a staggering 6-fold, though no creature can withstand the tactical prowess of orcas, especially when in coordinated numbers. Adult gray whales still offer a formidable defense. When orcapods approach a mother and calf, the duo employ a strategic maneuver. with the calf rolling beneath its mother to evade the orcas, while the mother fiercely lashes her tail and maneuvers to keep the predators at bay. In most cases, the clever orcas manage to separate mother and calf, claiming victory. Yet, when it's an adult gray whale in its crosshairs, orcas tend to think twice, unless they outnumber their target. Like the famous standoff in California where 30 orcas faced off against 2 adult gray whales. Although, even then, after a grueling 5-hour battle, it was the killer whales who relented, despite their overwhelming numbers against just 2 opponents. Fascinatingly, when gray whales face hardship, the humpback whales have even been seen swooping in to protect their calves from the relentless orcas. In addition to killer whales, there is another predator of the majestic gray whale, one that's even more lethal: humans. Historically, human hunting posed the primary threat to gray whales. Commercial whaling in the 19th and 20th centuries severely depleted their populations. Nevertheless, international regulations have since protected them, and their numbers have slowly rebounded. Despite this, gray whales still face human-related dangers, such as entanglement in fishing gear and collision with ships, as well as environmental changes caused by human activity. On the other hand, in ancient times, whalers referred to gray whales as devilfish due to the ferocity of mothers when separated from their calves. However, they're generally not aggressive towards humans unless provoked to defend their offspring. In fact, these whales are often friendly, approaching small boats in shallow lagoons and allowing humans to touch them. This behavior could stem from curiosity or a response to the sound of boat motors, with the whales possibly investigating to protect their calves. Sometimes the whales even permit bystanders to pick off their lice or other parasites, suggesting the friendly demeanor might also be for tactile pleasure. During the months of November and December, the gray whale's breeding ritual unfolds. These majestic creatures are polygonandrous, engaging in complex courtship and mating behaviors that often involve 3 or more individuals simultaneously. As part of their courtship tradition, they engage in a behavior known as spy hopping. Rising vertically out of the water head first, they rotate to scan the entire surrounding area. This captivating display often occurs during the early morning hours, adding a mystical aura to their mating patterns. As the day progresses, the whales form groups of 3, comprising 1 female and 2 males. Both males participate in the mating ritual, but the dominant male is easily identified. He extends a single flipper, held motionless above the water surface, serving as a signaling device. The female then approaches, engaging in graceful contact, grazing the male with her flippers until they're both belly to belly. This intimate trio remains together for up to an hour, engaging in multiple mating sessions lasting up to 2 minutes each, culminating in a powerful shudder of completion. Throughout this intricate process, the second male remains on the far side of the female, providing support and stability, and ensuring a successful mating encounter. The emotional support homie. After the intense mating session, a gestation period of 13 to 14 months commences. During this time, the female gray whale bears a single calf, nursing it until it reaches the age of 6 to 7 months. This extended period of gestation and nursing makes female gray whales highly selective in choosing their mates. Once born, the calf consumes an astounding amount of milk, up to 300 gallons a day during its first year of life. Young gray whales reach reproductive maturity between 5 to 11 years of age and can live up to 80 years. As for the numbers, despite a slight decline at one point, the Eastern Pacific population is now estimated to be between 15,000 to 22,000 whales. Currently, the species is classified as least concern on the IUCN Red List, indicating a stable population trend. Well, good for them. At least the orcas aren't too worried about their dinner plans. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
Thanks to our channel members for their constant support, and don't forget to join for some exclusive perks.